Hello, ma'am. My name is Suhas Wangara, and today I'll be presenting my project titled Budget Buddy. It's a personal expense tracker. This is a mobile application designed to help individuals manage their finances more effectively by tracking their daily expenses and the budgeting smarter. And over the course of this presentation, I'll walk you through the problem it addresses and the features we have built and how it can make personal finance management easier for everyone. And coming to the next slide, these are the contents we'll discuss in this PPT. Now coming to the introduction to the system, where this slide has indicated the essence and the major functionality of the PET mobile application, and it allows regular tracking and the management of the daily expenses of the user, which the integrated technologies such as Firebase, SQLite, and the Google Maps API make the app secure and the location aware in the terms of the data handling. And it has an intuitive interface with functions to record and filter expenses and present data in useful charts to analyze. Where on Coming to use case diagrams, this slide has demonstrated the major interaction of the user with the PET application, and it presents the key use cases including registration, login, and the expenses. The location tagging of the Maps API allows user to record, filter, and analyze them. Other features are like cloud backup, theme customization, secure logout, and the availability of a visual financial information. So one can be conscious of how they spend their own money. And the next slide is about the class diagram. This slide has pointed out the basic structure of PET by its class diagram. It illustrates the way important classes such as user, expense, and expense manager related to each other to control data and functionalities. The composition and inheritance and helper classes adopted maintain modular designs which facilitates scalability and visualization and easy storage as well as retrieval of data. And the next slide is about the designs patterns used in this slide the strategic deployment of design patterns in the PET applications was outlined, where design patterns such as MVC, singleton, and the repository make it modular and maintainable, whereas observer help to maintain updates in a real time. The factory and the decorator pattern increases flexibility, security, and scalability. And in the wrong learn, the system can be developed differently to accommodate certain aspects in the future and satisfy the needs of its user. And coming to the next is sequence diagram. This slide points to the flow of interaction in the recording and expense of the PET application. It shows the communication of the UI, the business logic, and the data levels. Through the implementation of MVC and the repository pattern, the system is loosely coupled and cohesive and modular, allowing enhancement of the structure due to scalability and maintenance. And coming to the next slide is about user interface diagrams. The slide shows user interface schematics of a budgeting application. The welcome screen with the register and login options, and it promotes the user-friendly design of the screen which focuses on finding the access to the key features both by new user and by a regular user. There are three mobile screen mockups which are visually a representation of the entry interface in the app. And this slide shows the diagram of user interfaces of expense entry and the inside screens. The user have an ability to key in titles of expenses, amount, date, time, and location. Such important functions as saving costs, displays, and spending insights analysis are immediately available via buttons and guaranteeing the facility in managing the money spent and providing visual display. And this in this slides describes four user interface screens. Login, where there is a registration possibility added, and entry of the expenses, transaction history, and the analytics. The user is able to log in safely, input expenses with the details and the access of the previous transactions, and compare expenditure in the form of pie chart. And the design is aimed at simplifying and managing vitality and functioning concerning personal expense. And this slide describes the complete working process for the application, where the welcome screen is the first screen that has two primary activities that the screen offers to a user, that including registration and login. This screen focuses on easy of use and speed of the user getting to primary actions in the case of both first time user and the returning user, where the video presentation presented here show the way the coding complete coding work has been completed. It also highlighted the process to visualize the way the actual application is running. Therefore, this is a visual presentation is essential to highlight the complete overview, the working process of this application, where we can register and with the email and the phone number, and we can access the date and time and all. And coming to a functional test plan, the personal expensive tracker, which is also called as PET, budget buddy system test plan, will have functional and non-functional tests which will be conducted to make sure that the applications can effectively do what it is meant to do and deliver a pleasant user experience. Like coming to functional testing, it is concerned with the verification of individual features of the application. Such tests are user registration, like login in and adding expenses, listing expenses, and the getting insights. As an example, there is the user registration test that involves checking the user can indeed create an account with a valid information, and can be redirected to the login page after that. And coming to non-functional test plan, test case id, attribute, test description, like metric, condition, expected result, status, where a TCNFT01 performance app responds quickly to expense inputs, like add 10 expenses in less than 5 seconds, where which is no lag and smooth and additional pass. And coming to TCNF NFT02 usability, easy of use by non-technician users, where 3 users complete all tasks, like 100% task success rate. We're coming to TCNFT03 compatibility functionality on like Android versions where Android 10, 11, 12 app works on the all versions pass. Where coming to TC NFT04 security password encryption and masking manual observation and the input like password hidden and the store securely passed. And coming to TC NFT05 reliability data retention of the app relaunch, close and reopen of the data entry all the data precise without loss pass. And coming to the conclusion, where this slide has pinpointed the overall success and assessment of the PET application. It shows real use of the design patterns and testing methods in the order to make it functional, usable and scalable. Although fundamental objectives have been reached, in the future it will be enhanced by more extensive testing, extra functionality, and the personal financial analytics enabled by machine learning. And the effective use of UML tools is the main point in the critical evaluation to provide clarity in the development. Nothing less, more sophisticated capabilities such as predictive budgeting were not given priority. Moreover, the usability testing was short on user sample, which influenced the coverage of the user feedbacks and the evaluation points, where to improve it. In general, the system delivered on its key aim, but the following versions can be better tested in the wider range of devices and the domains, along with the implementations of the clouds and a more through like focus on the behavior of a user to enhance personalization. And these are the references uh, i have uh, I have used to make this PPT. And thank you, ma'am, for watching my presentation on budget body. I'm happy to take any questions.